is the announcements for today. So, number one, make sure you print out 6.6 handouts. It's in the files. I left you a message. Did anybody print it out? Was it okay to print out? I mean, it didn't give you any trouble, did it?
I haven't been able to print it out yet, but I will.
6.6 handouts. It's in the files. Make sure you print that out.
Looking at it.
I think it's like several pages.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one announcement. The second announcement. Second announcement is no class Wednesday.
Got
appointments for my mother, doctor's appointments, checking up. And you know how doctor's appointments go. If I say we're going to have class, then the doctor's appointments will last until 2 o'clock. If I say we're not going to have class, then I'll be out by 11. But I'm not going to play that game. So no class Wednesday. What I want you to be doing, since we have finished 6.1 through 6.5, I want you to read 6.6. I may post a 6.6 video for you.
Okay.
Okay. And that's going to take care of Wednesday. So we will meet Friday. And somebody give me that date, please. 3 what?
It's the second. It's
4/2/21. I have to put that because somebody will say, oh, I didn't know what Friday you were talking about. Yeah, whatever. All right, so
April 2nd.
Next meeting for this class. Okay, now this is what we're going to do as far as the outline goes. As far as the outline goes, we're finishing up 6.1 through 6.5. We're finished with that. When is the test due, Miss Grindle?
Wednesday.
Wednesday at midnight. That's when the test is due. Test due. Okay, this test, I think today and Friday will be all I need to do to cover this material, 6.6. So chances are 6.6 tests will start Friday and probably go through the weekend. Okay. Friday through weekend. Okay, now.
So basically what we do Monday.
Pretty much, yes. I mean, it's only going to be like 10 questions. I hope y'all can handle that. I mean, it's not going to be that big a deal. It's only one section. All right. Now, this is for the future. For the future, I'm going to do two things. Number one, I'm going to go over probability and statistics next. Somebody tell me, is that 9 and 10 or 10 and 11 or 11 and 12? What is it? Somebody look in your outline. Problem stat. It's unit 4. Has anybody got an outline in front of them? Everybody should, because this should be in front of your notebook, but half of y'all didn't print them out, so I ain't gonna worry about it. Anybody got one in front of them?
I'm trying to pull mine up now. I saved them on my computer.
So probabilities is 11.1.
11 and stats is 10 or 9 or 12?
12.
We're going to go over 12 first, okay? Because you do statistics first before you do probability. Okay, so the next unit, unit 3, will be probability and statistics. I'm going to open up unit 4, or the last unit is called, or what's unit 3 called? Somebody tell me what unit 3 is called. I think it's like, or what chapters? It's chapter 7.
It's 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Unit 4 is going to be 7 and 8. Chapter 7.
Unit 3 is 7 and 8. Unit 4 is 11 and 12.
Yeah. I'm switching them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, I'm switching them. Unit 4 is chapter 7 and 8 by the outline. Go by the outline. I'm not going to ask you for the sections. You can read your outline. I'm going to open this up probably today. Okay, y'all supposed to go through your panic mode right now. Is everybody going to do that right now?
Always.
Okay. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. All right. Everybody got that out of your system? Now, and it will end on the last day of class, and that includes the test. Now, why am I doing this?
Because you hate us.
Exam or test, T-E-S-T. Okay? Because this unit will probably insult some of your intelligence. Okay? You remember me skipping the first 2 sections in this book, or the first 2? You remember me doing that?
Yeah.
Because I said, if you can't estimate by the time you're in college, I'm not going to go over it. Okay? Some of this stuff in Unit 4 is like, what is a stop sign? Okay, a stop sign is a 6-sided figure. Okay, what is a pentagon? Is a square
The
equilateral?
military home base.
Okay, what is perimeter? You know, I'm not going to ask you some of that stuff. Now, is there some things that you will send questions on? Yes. For those 2 or 3 people that send questions in here, there are some things in here. So I like to tell students, autopilot on this one. I'm going to let you work on this one as you need to, and I will save the questions. Send questions as you want, okay? And I will work them through, you know, things that, you know, that as I will do them as I come to them, or you send them, I will go over them, okay? I'll probably do it as a separate video, and I'll call them whatever sections they're coming from, and that'll be it. So after Friday, we will probably start here. Okay. Now, why am I putting this one before this one? Because this one is more important. And if you come back later and take Math 120 or Math 103 with me, this is Unit 1 and Unit 2 in these 2 courses right here. So that's why I put this unit before this unit. Everybody see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to help y'all out, especially if you come back. The third reason I'm doing it is because more of these questions right here will be on standardized tests versus a geometry question that you learned back in pre-algebra. Okay? I don't think, how many centimeters are in a meter? Okay? I'm not going to sit here and we're not going to go through that. How many centimeters are in a meter? Centi means what? 100. Most of y'all should know that 100 centimeters is equal to a meter. Okay? There's some things in Unit 4, the chapter on 7 and 8, there's some of those things that you already know. So there's 3 reasons I put this unit before this unit. Okay? So this one's going to open probably sometime today. And what if you finish all of it tomorrow? Then good. Good job. Way to go. Because you've got Wednesday, you can already start on this. Okay, Wednesday is going to be a free day for everybody. So, any questions?
No.
Okay, and we'll go through it again. 6.6 handouts, you need to print those out. We're going to start going over that today. No class Wednesday. I want you to read in your book 6.6. I will post a 6.6 video. It'll probably be from last semester, but that's not going to hurt anything because it's the same material. Friday is our next meeting. 6.1 through 6.5, you should finish up Wednesday. 6.6 test Friday over the weekend. After Friday, we will go over unit. We'll start this. And then today, Unit 4 is going to open, and I just want you to work on stuff that you know how to do. Work on the homework that you know how to do. If you don't know how to do it, either just send me the questions, and I'll be organizing those by order, and I will go over them and do a video, and that'll be outside of class. Any questions?
Nope.
Now, a lot of people say, well, Hubert, you're doing this because we're running out of time. No, I didn't say anything about time. I do this for all my classes. I always switch those 2 units. I always do this. I leave this open for halfway through the semester. I'm a little bit late, but I'm sorry about that. But once you see some of the questions, you're going to be like, oh, I see why he's doing this. All right, let's look at the homework questions. I think I got 2 or 3 homeworks to go over.
You also for the test, you only went over 6 problems or 7.
Okay. Thank you for telling me.
Yep, you said so much.
Okay. Okay, here's another one. Nothing comes up. Okay, I know that. 155. I got 2 questions. One is 6.4. This is 6.415 slash, I'm sorry, 6.434/15. 6.434/15. I'll go ahead and pull it up.
I still could not get into my MyLabs math for some reason.
Well, it's running slow
Same.
right now. So y'all just write notes today. I'm sorry.
It's all good, as long as I can get in
That's
there.
why I was saying, never, ever wait till the last minute to do 3 tests. Never. See, this is running slow today. We may not be able to do homework questions today. I'm going to give it another few seconds. Well, while that's
How will
coming
we
up,
do the test questions too as well?
yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do that today.
So what exactly can we do today?
Well, I was going to pull up. I can pull up while that's pulling up. I can go over to the, hold on just a second. I'm trying to maneuver things around, and you got 3. It's kind of hard when you got 3 do-jiggers. All right, here we go.
Oh, the tabs.
Yeah, I got 3 monitors, 3 TV monitors in front of me here. And I'm trying to move stuff around. All right, if you go under the file right here and go under 6.6 handout, see it right there? This is the handouts that I sent that you need to go over and be reading and be, now, will a lot of it be review? Yes. You know, this is method 1, plotting points. It tells you this is what I do when I show students how to do graphing. Method 2, well, this is some examples. Method 2, graph using intercepts. Method 3 is building a line, and it shows you how to do that, gives you an example. And method, and this right here, these 2 pages is properties of lines. So if you want to read the first 2 pages first, you can. This is properties of lines. And this is basically where does graphing start? It starts with the intersection of the y-axis and the x-axis, which was a number line until, you know, you learned how to graph. And then you brought the y-axis across the number line, and that gave you the Cartesian coordinate system, which is your x and y coordinates. And of course, there are 4 quadrants, and 2 lines make up or 2 points make up a line, and that line has a general equation. Y is equal to mx plus b, and each one of those parts, besides x is input, y is output, all of those things fit into y is equal to mx plus b, all of this stuff right here.
Priority 1 message coming in on
You calculate slope. How do you calculate slope? Well, you're either going to be given 2 points. Either you find 2 points, you are given 2 points, or you are given 2 points this way. And then those are the two formulas that you use. Let me check on our homework question, see if it came up yet. And we got an error.
Yeah, that's what happened to mine.
Let me try it one more time. And we may just go to 6.6 today instead of doing anything else. Yeah, I was able to pull up questions in the last class. Try it one more time. You don't happen to have it written down, do you, Miss Grindle?
I don't remember which one it was. I wrote down a few of them, so I don't want to just give you the wrong one.
Okay, well, let me see. It looks like it's working. Let's see if it pulls up. Well, come on, you can do it. Guess not. Well, let's go back to the handout. If I can find it. There it is. And these are the only two formulas that you have in 6.6. And that is the slope formula. It's called slope. And it is when you have 2 points. And then you have the point slope equation. And that's the point slope equation right there. So there's two things that you have to deal with when you're talking about graphing. There's two things. One, you have to be able to graph. You got to be able to graph. What does that mean? Well, you've got to be able to do method 1, method 2, method 1, method 2, and method 3. You got to be able to graph a line. And that's the first 6 pages that on the handouts. You got to be able to do what I call the chart plot. You got to be able to do the intercept method. And you got to be able to build a line. So your first priority is to be able to graph a line. That's how you graph a line, those 3 methods. The second thing you need to be able to do is, two, you need to be able to calculate slope and equations. You get that from the 2 pages, the last 2 pages of those notes. Last 2 pages. So if you want to learn this first, you're welcome to learn this first and then learn this. I don't care. But I go over graphing a line first, and then I go over the properties. And the equation M is equal, Y is equal to mx plus b. And M is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And then y minus y sub 1 is equal to M times x minus x sub 1. And those are the 2 sides of graphing. Graphing a line, which is those first 6 pages, I think, first 6 pages. And then calculating the slope and the equations by using the properties of the last 2 pages. Now, most of you did this back in, pre-algebra. All right, we are revisiting it because 1, you got to be able to do marketing, you got to be able to do science, and marketing, business, and science all have to do with graphing lines. And that's why you need to know this stuff, because it does no good to have a line and not be able to do anything with it on a graph. So that's where all this comes in. So most of you should have seen this in pre-algebra / algebra 1 or math 101, which is the preceding class for math 155. Now let's check on our question. You can't say I'm not trying.
You're
And
good.
it looks like,
Well, I
looks
can send
like-
you. I can send you my other one from the 6.5 at least.
well, I got it right here. But the problem is it's not pulling up because my lab's math is not working.
Well, like I have the actual question written down.
Oh, okay. Well, give me the question.
Okay, I put it in the chat.
Or, yeah. Just take a picture of it or put it, or do whatever you can.
I
And we'll
typed
just
it in
do that.
I typed it in the chat real quick.
All right.
That was question 12 on the homework, I believe.
I'm pulling up the chat. I don't know why it's taking so long. Maybe because this thing's trying to pull up the question. And I'm waiting. There it is. Okay. 4. And this is a test question. Miss Grindle, tell everybody which online question it is.
It's question number 12 on the homework.
6.5
and
online
6.5.
number 12. And this is 4 times 2x minus 1 is less than 2 times 4x minus 3. All right, the first thing you got to do is got to distribute. And that's going to give you 8x minus 4 is less than 8x minus what? 6.
6.
And the 8 is going to cancel. And you get -4. Now, don't say anything because a lot of you are going to say the wrong answer on this. -4 is less than -6. True or false?
That's false.
That's false.
It's false. Therefore,
Okay, I see what I.
no solution. Remember me telling you in 6.2, if you come up with something, a solution set, you're either going to come up with a solution set, which is x greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to a number. That's going to be a solution set. 2, you find something untrue, then your answer is all no solution. And what if you come up with something that's true? The answer is all real numbers.
Oh, really?
Y'all remember me saying that in 6.2?
Yeah.
Because I said 80% of the time you'll get this, and 10% of the time you'll get this, and 10% of the time you'll get this. Same thing with equalities as well as inequalities. If you get something that's true, the answer is all real numbers. If you get something that is false, you get this. Now, a lot of people say, well, here, but I don't understand how that can be false. What's better to have in the bank? Write yourself a question. What is better to have in the bank? $-400 or $-600?
-400 is. We'd rather.
So
have.
$-400 is greater than what? $-600.
600.
So that's the true statement. This doesn't say that. This
No.
says $-600 is greater than negative $400, and that's not true. When you're talking about negatives, you got to think about money. Which one's greater? Negative 400 is greater. So this is a false statement. It's a good question. It's a good test question.
Okay.
So your answer should be no solution. All right, let me go back and see if I don't think it's going to work today.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty
your
much.
fault. Not your fault.
I'm going to check it one more time. But we can finish the class with some work on 6.6. So I'm going to go ahead and finish today with 6.6. All right. So, give you a problem. Let's do y is equal to 3x minus 2. Now, y is by itself. So which one do you use? You can use method 1 or method 3. Now, since we haven't covered method 1 or 3 yet, which way do we read? Left to right? So I'm going to start with method 1. So therefore, we don't know method 3. So I'm not going to worry about method 3 because we're going to do method 1. You use method 1 or 3 when y is what?
Not by
By
itself.
itself. And y is by itself. Have you ever tried to look at the screen and write and make your hand do the visual? Oh man, that's hard to do. I'm looking at the screen in front of me and my hand is over here to the right, and it is very difficult. I know, I'm crazy. Just leave me alone. All right. So it's kind of like, what is it? Do this and rub your tummy the opposite way at the same time.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get what you mean. Okay.
All right. So what numbers am I going to pick? Well, 90% of the time, if you walk into my office 10 years from now and ask me to plot a line, I'm going to pick these 5 points. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Why am I going to pick those 5 points? I want somebody to give me a reason. There's 3 or 4 reasons that I picked those 5 points. Somebody tell me why. I don't know is not acceptable.
Most commonly used.
I'm sorry, what, Mr. Pack?
Most commonly used.
Yes. Why are they the most commonly used? There's about 3 or 4 reasons they're the most commonly used.
Easy.
What method do we like to use in Hubert's class? What kind of methods?
Easy.
KISS method. What's KISS method stand for?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Well, I try not to use that last word too much. I do use dumbass a lot, but I don't.
I mean, that's what it stands for.
Yeah, well, I like the word dumbass a whole lot more than stupid. I don't. 2 words I don't like. I don't like stupid. I don't like what's the other word? Idiot. I hate those 2 words. So I use let's see, KIS dumbass. All right. So why do I pick those? Well, they're all what numbers? Starts with an S.
Simple.
M. A. L.
Small.
L.
Small.
They're all small numbers.
Oh.
That's one reason. Small numbers, KISS method. So when I plug in those numbers, the math is going to be what?
Simple.
Simple. Okay, that's one reason. What's another reason?
It crosses the y-axis.
It crosses the y-axis so I can see where it is in relation to the y-axis. Because I have negative x and I have positive x. That's actually 2 reasons. So now we're up to 3 reasons. 1, simple numbers. 2, it crosses the y-axis. And 3, it uses negatives and positives. Anybody want to think of the 4th one? The 4th reason is, I got COVID, sorry. The 4th reason is later on in other maths and economics classes and science classes, is all your lines going to be straight?
No.
No. They're going to be what?
Curved.
And this is the only way that you can graph a curved line is by the chart plot method using more than 2 points. So you may be in algebra 2 or algebra 3 or calculus, and they say graph x to the 3rd minus 2x, and that line is going to look something like that. And that is how do you do that? Well, you have to use this method. You can't use method 2 or method 3. You have to use this method. So I use 5 points to get you started into doing this kind of stuff that you might see in a marketing or a science or whatever. Okay, so that's why. You got 4 reasons to use those 5 points. So here we go. Plug and chug. 3 times parentheses minus 2. 3 times parentheses minus 2. Minus 2, 3 times parentheses minus 2. 3 times parentheses minus 2. Take my handy dandy blue marker so I can plug in my numbers. Let's see, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. And what's 3 times negative 2?
-6.
Yeah.
Negative 6 minus 8. I'm sorry.
It's
Minus
negative
2
It's -8.
minus 8. Negative 3 minus 2.
-6.
Negative 5. 0 minus 2. And you start to see a pattern. I'm adding 3. So what's negative 2 plus 3? 1. And what's 1 plus 3? 4. Let's check the last one, see if we're right. What's 3 times 2? 6.
6.
6 minus 2 is
4.
4. So this is our line. And I just draw a little graph. Negative 2, negative 8. Negative 1, negative 5. 0, negative 2, 1, 1, and 2, 4. I ran out of space, I'm sorry.
I get the point.
Now, should y'all be familiar with this? Yes, why? Because this is the first method that you're taught back in pre-algebra.
I was say it looks familiar.
Yeah. This is the first method that everybody is taught in pre-algebra. Okay. Now, what if I give you a fraction? Then you're supposed to all do what?
Freak out.
Quit. Well, freak out first, then quit. Well, you turn to your handy dandy folder, and what does your folder say whenever you are given a fraction on method 1? What are you supposed to do 10% of the time? Instead of using negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2, what am I going to use?
The denominator?
Multiples of the what? Denominator. So here, on this problem, I'm going to use -4, -2, 0, 2, and 4. Now watch what happens. This is a trick I learned in the war. 1/2 parentheses plus 2. 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 And you're going to plug in -4 over 1, -2 over 1, 0, 2 over 1, 4 over 1. Oh my gosh, look what happens to the denominator. The denominator will always do what? It will always cancel. Well, that's going to go to 0. And that's why you use multiples of the denominator. Do you know I teach this class just about every semester? And I always have some student to tell me they've never seen that before. No wonder people graduate. No wonder people graduate high school and can't read a ruler or do fractions, because you're not taught how to do it. You're taught how to do it on a calculator. Okay. What is -2 plus 2? 0.
0.
Thank you, class. Thank you. What is -1 plus 2?
1.
What is 0 plus 2?
2.
Y'all see a pattern? Like we're adding 1. That's going to be 3 and what? 4. Let's check this last one. 2 plus 2 is what?
4.
4. Take your handy dandy graph. -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. -2, +1, 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. And that's how you do method 1. Now, why did I give y'all a page on the back with all of those fractions there?
To give you a bunch of different examples.
Exactly. So you wouldn't freak out when you saw a 1/2, a 1/3, a 1/4, a 1/5, a 1/6, a 1/7, a 1/8, a 1/12. You just count by the denominator. It's easy with 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's easy. Or 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But count by 12s. -24, -12, 0, 12, 24. Now, if you choose to do it the long way, the painful way, then knock yourself out. But don't cry when you get it wrong, okay? I can't turn this around, but you just turn your head sideways a little bit. Count by 7s, -14, -7, 0, 7, and 14. That's all there is to it. That's method 1. Method 2. I'm going to give you another example so you'll have 2 examples, one on the handout and one I'm fixing to give you right now. And sometimes I have been known to rewrite the same problem, so please don't let me do that.
Can you
All
use
right.
method 1 for all of these?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you continually use method 1 for all of these, or do you ever need to use method 2 instead?
Method 2 you use when y is not by itself.
Oh, okay.
Method 2 is called the intercept method. And it is usually in the book, they say graph using the X and Y intercept. That's what they say. Graph using the X and Y intercept. So how do you do it? Well, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to use odd numbers or try to use somewhat odd numbers because I have a tendency to use 2x plus 4 a lot. So I'm going to do 3x plus 6y is equal to 6. I don't use those numbers very much. All right, there's my problem right there. Now, first thing you notice is not only y is not by itself, but x is not by itself either.
Nope.
And this is how you do it. When you find the x-intercept, 0 is always y. When you want to find the y-intercept, anybody want to finish it? 0 is always what? Always the x. Now, a lot of people say, well, Hubert, you don't need to show us that. We just need to solve for y. No. Any of your sciences, any of your marketing, any of your business, any of your economics, if they ask you to find the x-intercept, what do? Plug in 0 for what?
Y.
If you want to find the y-intercept, you plug in 0 for what?
X.
That is what you need to learn. Okay? I'm not teaching you this method because I want to be a jerk. Okay? I'm teaching you this method because this intercept, I'm trying to think of the word. This intercept concept is not only in math, but it's in science, all the sciences, all marketing, all business, all economics. Because when you deal with graphs, you've got to be able to find the intercept. And that's how you do it, right there. I got 1 minute, so let me try to do this as quick as possible. So I take my formula, and watch what I do here. Watch what I do. Everybody watch? Anybody notice what I did there? I wrote them the same way, but what did I do a little bit different? What did I do? Anybody see it?
No, they look the same to me.
I lined that up with that Y and this up with what?
Oh, okay.
Okay? Now, a lot of people say, well, why don't you just cover it up? Well, that comes later. After you learn the technique, you can do the shortcuts later. You got to learn the technique first, especially if you suck at this. Okay? Now, what does that 0 do to this whole term right here?
Just would be 6 times.
It nullifies.
It nullifies it. It eliminates it. It cancels it out. Yes. I think Miss Goodman, Mr. Pack, and Miss Grindle all said that. It takes that out. But I'm going to do it the long way so you can see it. 3x plus 6 times 0 is equal to 6. 3 times 0 plus 6y is equal to 6. What happens here? Well, that's 0, Hubert. What happens here? That's 0. So I'm going to put that in there. 3x plus 0 is equal to 6. Things I do for y'all. 0 plus 6y is equal to 6. Now, of course, we all know that 3x plus 0 is what?
Just 3x.
And 6y plus 0 is 6y. Divide by 3. X is equal to 2. Oops. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. Y is equal to 1. And now you just plot 2, 0 and 0, 1, and that's your line. I'm gonna do it right quick for you. 1, 2, that's on the x-axis, and 0, 1 on the y-axis. And that is your line for that right there. That's the y-axis, that's the x-axis. All right. So your homework tonight, I'm going to do it one more time with you. Your homework tonight is to go home. 1, complete the test. Get that out of the way. 2, read 6.6 and go ahead and start working on the graphing problems that have to do with using coordinates or points or X and Y intercept. Okay?
Sounds
Coordinates or points and X and Y intercept. If it says anything else, wait until we finish Friday. And I will see y'all Friday, okay?
So what if the math lab still isn't working?
Okay, if
Is it still not working?
if it's still not working, then I'll probably give y'all another day. Do not bombard me tonight at 11 to 12 o'clock. Is it supposed to end tonight, Miss Grindle or Mr. Pack?
It is.
Yeah, the homework is.
Okay, just don't. I realize it. So don't
Okay.
bombard me. I'll just extend it. I'll probably extend it tomorrow. I don't know. But I will take care of it, okay? I'm not being unfair. Just don't call me tonight at 11:30 spazzing out because I'm not going to respond to that. Okay?
Okay.
But I
got it.
probably
Sounds
if I don't see it opening up by 5 o'clock today, then I'll probably extend it another 24 hours.
Okay,
Thank you.
sounds good.
Okay. Y'all have a good day and I'll see y'all Friday.
You too.
Have a good
you.
one.
Bye.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.